Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach, and today I'm going to be unboxing Cat in the Box. This is a trick-taking game that I've actually had the chance to play a couple times. We ended up playing it at the World Series of Board Gaming. The Dice Tower had their library there, and this was one of the games they had, and I heard a lot of hype about it being a pretty great trick-taking game, so I figured I had to try it because I liked The Crew quite a bit, and that was another trick-taking game in the last year, a couple years that was pretty solid, kind of a different take on it, and it sounded like this one kind of had, a similar thing where things were just a little bit different than a normal trick-taking game. So right here we've got the confidential Cat in the Box rules. We luckily had Tim from Dice Tower West there that taught us how to play the game, so we didn't even have to read the rules. So hopefully the rule book is pretty solid, but otherwise you need to go to Dice Tower West or the World Series of Board Gaming next year and have Tim teach you how to play. But yeah, so in the box we've got the board here, which I believe is kind of already all set up for us, but you can slide cards in here, I believe, to get the different numbers here. Yeah, it's just a pretty simple board. I think it works pretty well for what it's trying to do here. It's not trying to be too flashy, but it definitely works. Then we've got a little score pad. So you got the different players and their different games, I believe it was, and whether or not they caused a paradox. So yeah, pretty solid scoring pad there. Then you've got some different player bidding boards. This is where you're going to, in the middle, bid on how many tricks you're going to try to win, and then this is kind of a way to keep track of which suits are dead to you. Because if you don't know anything about this game, it's a game where all the cards, if I can get these open, all the cards are the same color, but there are the four different suits, pretty much the red, blue, yellow, and green, that the cards can be, but you have to kind of decide that on your own as to what the suit the card is, and whether or not you have any more of a certain suit, or if you want to go against the kind of lead. If you played trick-taking games before, there's usually a card that's lead. If I can get these cards open, I always struggle getting cards open. Here we go. So usually there's a card that's lead, and then you have to follow the suit in a trick-taking game. So if someone lays, if these were actually colored, if someone laid a 2 red, I would have to follow with a red card from my hand. But as you can see here, all of these cards are black. So we don't actually have any of those colors. So then, throughout the game, you are just playing these cards as if they were a color, and kind of that's what this board helps keep track of as well. You'll slide some different cards in there, which I believe are these, which kind of have all the numbers on there, 1 through 9. So kind of once someone's played a red 5, no one else can play a red 5, and so on and so forth, once a certain color has been laid. And then also, if you say, oh, well, based on the cards I have left, or just based on kind of what I want to do, if I don't have any more red cards, or if I claim I don't have any more red cards, I pull off a thing from here, so then I can no longer use any cards as red. But yeah, I think this is some pretty solid artwork. Just simple. I think that's all it needs to be for a game like this. It's a pretty small game. Then we've got all of these tokens. I think I'm probably going to I might get rid of that insert and just put a bag in here because that looks like a bit of a pain to put these away. But these tokens are really awesome as well. Just a really, really great small production. I mean, it's a small box, but it packs a pretty big punch with kind of some solid artwork and solid boards, and last but not least, these solid player markers. Just some screen printed plastic piece or resin piece, whatever they are. It's really, really cool. So I think that's everything inside Cat in the Box. Not too much there, but definitely, like I said, very great production for what it is, for what the small package that it is, and I look forward to playing this some more. But otherwise, we'll probably put a video up alongside this, giving our first thoughts on this game, or maybe even a chippy review. So check that out if you're interested in that. But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.